Hey brick fanatics, or should that be ciao fanici del mattoni? Apologies to our Italian friends if I got that pronunciation completely wrong, but today's reviews are taking on a distinctive Italian feel as we're reviewing not uno but duo creator sets to beautifully recreate an Italian automotive icon, the humble Vespa. There's creator 10298 Vespa 125 and its much smaller counterpart, creator 40517 Vespa. First created in 1946 by Italian motoring company Piaggio, the humble Vespa is as much an Italian automotive icon as Ferrari or Lamborghini. Sure, the scooter is not as sleek or fast as their supercar counterparts, but they exude a style, elegance and class all of their own. For over 75 years, Piaggio have updated the Vespa's models, but all the while maintaining the distinctive look and colours that made it such a fashion icon in the first place. The LEGO Creator Series is not often known for its recreations of two-wheeled vehicles. In fact, 2019's 10269 Harley-Davidson Fatboy was the last system set to do so. 10269 proved to be a huge success, and with its sleek curves, classic styling and iconic detailing, the 1960s Vespa 125 should make for the perfect model to attempt to repeat that winning formula. Before we get into the review, I just want to give you a little backstory as to why I'm so excited about this set. When I turned 17, the first vehicle I ever owned was a 1980 PX 125 Vespa. Oh, look, there I am on the right, trying desperately hard to be cool. At least the bike I'm riding has got style. Since then, my Vespa has been updated, and yes, I'm still desperately trying hard to be cool. Needless to say, those that have owned these little bundles of motoring joy will get to know them like the back of their hand. That's why I can safely say with a little bit of authority that this model has absolutely captured the essence and style of the Vespa throughout its accurate and authentic detailing. Not only that, but much like the rest of the creator vehicles, it's an absolute pleasure to put together. Inside the LEGO for Adults branded box, that's our subtle way of saying the box art is once again all black, are 6 bags that contain the 1,106 pieces needed to complete the scooter, along with a sticker sheet to add extra detailing, and an instruction manual with some beautiful imagery showing the timeline of Piaggio Vespa, and in particular the 1960 model of which this set is based upon. Unlike a lot of the four-wheeled vehicles in the creative theme, the first stage uses very little, if any, Technic elements to make up the frame, relying instead on a variety of system parts. It's a really enjoyable start, and it's always a pleasure to watch a model of this size come together using just regular bricks and pieces. The pastel blue colour scheme, also known as bright light blue, is extremely authentic, as it was a very popular colour choice for this particular model of Vespa. A simple Google image search will show you just how many were produced with this colour scheme. It adds an incredible level of accuracy and style to the model, as well as adding a touch of exclusivity to the set, as this colour is very rarely used. Mock builders and part collectors will be in their element, pun intended, because there's over 70 different parts in this rare blue colour. Not only that, a multitude of them are appearing in bright light blue for the first time. Also marking a first for a LEGO set are the wheels, appearing here in 2 colours, black and white, for the very first time. They look absolutely fantastic and add yet another layer of authenticity to what is already an incredibly accurate model. As expected with a creator vehicle of this size, the build contains an assortment of smartly designed sub-assemblies that fit together in often unique and enlightening ways. The seat arch is a wonderfully complex assembly that connects via 3 hinge plates, allowing it to slot in at just the right angle. The way the 2 front panels attach to the main frame like a jigsaw puzzle piece is incredibly satisfying, and the technique used to connect the 2 halves of the front wheel rim is very inventive. Even the rear seat is well designed, including 2 left and right 1x2 wedges that create a small ridge at the back, just like the real thing. Compared to how authentic and accurate these sections are, it's a shame to report that the front seat isn't quite as good. 2x2 slopes are used across the sides, creating a much blockier look. Curved slopes would have given a smoother finish. It's a small gripe, but once you've noticed it, it's very hard to unsee it. It draws the eye away from the rest of the well-crafted shaping and focuses it in on the one part that's a bit of a negative. But no set can be perfect, and when taking into consideration how well the rest of this is put together, I think that fault can be overlooked. The attention to detail on this model is second to none though. The footrests include the 3 small grooves that are present on a real-life Vespa, the side panels, handlebars, kickstarter, ingeniously built using a dinosaur tail section, appearing in light grey for the first time, and even smaller details like the front suspension have been expertly recreated. And for anyone who's actually owned a Vespa and found themselves having to tinker away at the engine, FYI, that's every single Vespa owner ever, you'll also be pleasantly surprised to find that the engine has been faithfully recreated too. The included accessories, a rear rack, bouquet of flowers, basket and a traditional open-faced helmet are just as smartly designed as the main model. They add an extra layer of detail and, similar to 10290 pickup truck, they also add a human touch to the model, bringing the whole set to life. The Vespa has such a classic look that's endured for well over 7 decades, that recreating its rounded, almost organic shaping, not to mention its iconic features, was something the designers simply had to get right. Too square or blocky and this model just would not be good at all. Thankfully, the LEGO Creator Design team have a long and storied history of accurately recreating even the most challenging of motoring shapes. And even though they do allude to the challenges faced when designing this particular model, the end result is another class entry into the LEGO portfolio. Now, just like buses, you wait all this time for LEGO to bring out a Vespa model, and 2 come along at the same time. The 40517 is a much smaller counterpart to the set we've just looked at, but as many of us know, it's not the size of your brick that matters, it's what you do with it that counts. Smaller vehicular creator sets, such as last year's 40469 Tuk Tuk and 40468 Yellow Taxi, occupy a position in the LEGO portfolio that fills a perfect space. They're nowhere near as expensive or large scale as the Creator Expert sets, and they aren't as detailed as speed racers. Instead, they offer a cheap alternative while still maintaining a decent build experience. Perfect for casual fans, pocket money purchases, or those looking for a quick and cheap LEGO fix in between the larger, more involved models on the market. This is an interesting little model. I mean, it's not often that LEGO release 2 sets featuring the same subject at the same time. Fans of the Vespa will be absolutely thrilled, but is there enough on offer here to appeal to a wider audience? Well, the simple answer is yes. Lots. Built in 2 sections that are then connected together, the back half doesn't use many parts, but those that are used create excellent and recognisable shaping almost instantly. A 4x2 sloped curve is a single piece that makes up the sloping the entire back, and 2 4x4 wedges make up each side panel. The front section also exhibits some really smart part usage and interesting techniques, especially the way the front wheel comes together. Built from 2 1x1 headlamps, 1x1 round studs with holes, and 2 1x2 Technic lift arms, it's not only cleverly designed, but looks authentic too. Overall, it's a fairly quick build, but nonetheless a very enjoyable one. The only thing on the entire model that perhaps could have been slightly improved is the top of the handlebars that lacks any curvature. It's not entirely accurate, but it's such a small negative that it's easily overlooked. I'm also quite a fan of this striking red colour scheme. It may be a small set, but it's still a very good one. And it's one of those sets that highlights perfectly just what can be achieved using nothing but a handful of parts. For those with limited space or finances, this makes for a brilliant alternative to the much larger Vespa on offer. It's great value, an enjoyable, albeit short LEGO experience, and the final model looks simply excellent. It's hard to call a set so small a must buy, but I honestly love this little thing, and if you ever find yourself with a LEGO itch, then this is the perfect set to scratch it with. Ugh, was that a bit gross? And there you have it. 2 beautifully designed Vespa models offering engaging and entertaining builds, just at very different price points. Please support the work Brick Fanatics does, like bringing you this review, by purchasing your copy of 10298 Vespa using our affiliate links. And remember, for all your LEGO news, reviews and more, head over to brickfanatics.com now. Right, all this talk of Vespas has got me in the mood to go for a little ride. Oh. Stay safe, Brick Fanatics, and I'll see you next time. Ciao!